How do you do, dudes and dudettes? This is Zero Cool, your host of PINOY Reviewer. For this episode, we will be counting down our top 10 Filipino superheroes or heroes that has Filipino descent. So let's get started. Number 10, Stone. Stone is the creation of legendary Filipino comic book artist Wilcie Pertasio. It's a story about Jerry Allen, a movie star who possesses ancient mystical gems or agimats and battles Filipino supernatural beings like tikbalangs and manananggalas. I included him in this list for the fact that it's probably the first comic book that attempted to introduce Filipino folklore to an international audience when it was published back in 1998 by Avalon Studios. It was short-lived, but it was a good attempt nevertheless. So he's number 10. Number 9, Joaquin Bordado. Joaquin Bordado is a creation of Carlo J. Caparaz back in 1988, portrayed by the late Ramon Revilla and later depicted by the legendary Filipino action star Robin Padilla. Joaquin Bordado is an assassin that got caught and met a mysterious man while in jail. He then inherited his tattoos that serves as his power, that consist with different animals, a dragon, a sword, and a sorceress that can be used to act as his offense and defense, varying the type of tattoo he uses. Number 8, Grail from Wetworks. Jewel Alunday, also known as Grail, is a Filipino member of the uber-cool super-powered Black Operation Special Forces known as Wetworks. Wetworks was created by Wilcie Pertasio back in 1994. Just like his team, Grail was covered by a mysterious symbiote that acts as a protection. Then later on, every member develops special powers. Grail can project energy blast and force field, which resulted his body to glow and being seen to use his preferred weapon, the Filipino arnis. Number 7, Batang X. Batang X was created by the late Pecky Galiaga back in the 90s. The story is about 4 kids named Angel, Trina, Kidlat, and G-Boy, and later on, they met their psychic operator who was aptly named Control. These kids had special powers and then got obtained by Dr. Axis and were granted upgrades to enhance and awaken the full potential of their abilities. Batang X was especially memorable to every Batang 90s kid since they are our own version of the 90s over-the-top comic book characters. Number 6, Lastic Man. Lastic Man was created by Mars Ravelo and artist Mar Santana back in 1964. Based on DC Comics' Plastic Man and Marvel's Mr. Fantastic from Fantastic Four, Lastic Man can also stretch and transform into many imaginable forms and shapes he desires. Unlike his Western counterparts, he was originally portrayed as an alien who got stranded on Earth, although some adaptations portray him as a human granted special powers, often from a rubber tree. Number 5, Pedro Penduko. Pedro Penduko was created by Francisco Coching. He has many iterations, but he is consistently portrayed as a normal human being who has no superpowers, but is resourceful and quick-witted in battling evil forces. He is aided by a magical amulet known as Mutya. He was played by Jano Gibbs in 2 movies and is the most successful version to date. Number 4, Alexandra Trese of Trese. The series was created in 2005. It features the main protagonist Alexandra Trese, who is the proprietor of the nightclub The Diabolical, and also doubles as a mysterious detective and consultant to the local police force regarding crimes of supernatural origin. The story is set in Manila, or the city of Manila, the capital of the Philippines, where supernatural beings of the underworld based on Philippine myths and folklore wield immense influence and power over small and large businesses, as well as local crime syndicates. She is also aided by the Kambal, or twins, Basilio and Crispin, who has supernatural origins and serves as her bodyguards. I was a fan of X-Files, it's why when she came out, I was stoked. And now there's an upcoming original anime in Netflix based on it, so only time could tell if Trese will be able to take over the big three. Number 3. The first of the big three, Captain Barbell. There has been many versions of Captain Barbell, but the well-known version would be Enteng. When Enteng lifts his magical barbell and shouts, "Captain Barbell," he turns into the superhero Captain Barbell and possesses superhuman strength, stamina, speed, endurance, and durability. He can also fly, and it also has near invulnerability. He also has vision and visual powers. Number 2. The second of the big three, Panday. Panday was created back in 1979 by Carlo J. Caparas. The story starts with Flavio, who is a noble blacksmith, and then one day, a meteorite falls from the sky. He forges its ore into a dagger, or balaraw in Filipino, which magically turns into a sword when he raises it and points to the sky. He uses this sword to fight evil forces who are oppressing his hometown. He also uses his magical blade that emits energy bolts to fight his supernatural enemies. The blade also hums when danger is near and can cut through anything without resistance. He uses a shield on occasion, which is likewise also forged from the meteorite. He combats enemies ranging from aliens, ninjas, robots, and demons. Now before we get into our number 1 pick, here are our honorable mentions. The Special Forces Pintados, Marvel's Wave and Sea Hunter, the anime-inspired boy hero Super Ingo, and our number 1 pick, Darna. Darna was created back in 1950 by Mars Ravelo and Nestor Redondo. Darna is the most popular Filipino superhero. Darna has appeared in many films and several television series through the decades, which have far overshadowed her actual comics tenure. Her powers include superhuman strength, stamina, speed, agility, and endurance. The 2003 Mango Comics miniseries revealed that Darna is a deceased extraterrestrial warrior, magically manifesting herself through a woman from Earth named Narda, who summons her by swallowing a magical stone and shouting the name Darna. As Darna, she stands up for those who cannot fend for themselves. She fights against common criminals as well as greater forces of evil. And that's a wrap, guys, and I know that you have your own top 10 list of heroes, so please do write them down in the comment section below, and don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Adios.